Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk, back in another video today, and today I'm going to be doing my Elite 8 predictions as the Elite 8 starts today, and the Final Four is next week. Over the next 2 days between today and tomorrow, we figure out the 4 teams that are heading into the Final Four. Let's get into it. Got 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow. 2 games today are UConn and Gonzaga, and Kansas State and Florida Atlantic. Let's start. We're start on the left side. For the teams to get in the left side semifinal, which is Kansas State and Florida Atlantic, which is today. This is going to be a really good game in my opinion. Florida Atlantic just beat Tennessee in a good game. Kansas State beat Michigan State in overtime in a really good game. Florida Atlantic, they've beat FDU, who, got that huge upset. They've beat Memphis, who's actually was probably a really underrated team in the tournament. So Florida Atlantic, they have gotten a lot of really decent wins in this tournament. Tennessee knocked off Duke in the second round. They also... Tennessee, they beat Duke, so Florida Atlantic, they beat them. But with Kansas State, they beat Michigan State. Kansas State, they beat Kentucky. They beat Montana State. This one's a hard one for me. If anybody's going to get an upset in the, if anybody's going to get an upset in this, in this Elite Eight, I think it's going to be Florida Atlantic. But I'm going to pick Kansas State to head on to the Final Four and face the winner of Creighton, San Diego State, which we go on to now. San Diego State, they just got a huge win over Alabama last night by 7. Creighton got a huge win over Princeton, who had 2 big upsets against Missouri and Arizona. I like Creighton. They beat Princeton, but I think San Diego State, after that win over Alabama, I think they're going to come out there and get a win to head to the Final Four. I could be wrong. I think this is a game where it could go either way, but I think San Diego State's going to move on to the Final Four and play Kansas State in the Final Four. Then on the right side of the bracket, you got today Gonzaga, UConn. UConn is a 76% favorite, and I like Gonzaga. They're a good team. They beat UCLA last night in a really close one, 79-76. They beat TCU by 3, beat Grand Canyon by 12. Now UConn, they're a team who beat Arkansas, even though they're the better team, by 23. They beat St. Mary's by 15. They beat Iona by 24. They've had some big wins. All their wins throughout this whole tournament have been double digit wins. 24, 15, 23. Their lowest win is 15 points. They've had some crushing wins, and that makes me want to pick UConn. But Gonzaga, they're a great team. I think this is a close one. I want Gonzaga to win. I hope they win. I think there is a chance they win, but I have to go with the safe bet and pick UConn to go to the Final Four. But I think this is a game where I think either team could win. I think Gonzaga has a shot, but I think UConn will hold out and get the win. I think this is a really close game, though. And then tomorrow, you got Miami, Florida versus Texas. My favorite team's out with Houston. I'm going to my second favorite team with Texas. I want Texas to win this whole tournament. I think Miami, as watching that game last night, Miami, they're a tough team. They're a good shooting team. They got a shot to win, possibly win this whole thing. But I think Texas stops that. They're a good defensive team. I think Texas handles well. Took care of Xavier last night. They beat Penn State, handled them, handed Colgate pretty easily with 20. I think Texas is moving on to the Final Four. And with that, your teams in the Final Four is Texas, UConn, Kansas State, and San Diego State. So if you told me those were the teams that would be in the Final Four, I would call you crazy. I could believe Texas, of course. I could actually believe Kansas State as well. I probably would have believed UConn. It would have been hard to believe, but I would have believed it. But San Diego State, that was a team I did not think would... I had them going down in the second round. So that's my Final Four. And let's get it all over with. Let's go with the Final Four predictions. So with my Final Four and going into my national championship, I'm going to take Texas to beat UConn to go to the national championship, and I'm going to pick Kansas State to beat San Diego State to go to the national championship. Kansas State and Texas, I'm picking Texas to win this whole thing. That's who's my champion right now is the Longhorns. You guys have your thoughts on my predictions for the Elite Eight, Final Four, and championship, and give me yours. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.